So welcome back to our Hope for Highlands task force group for 2022. How exciting, right? A whole new year, a whole fresh start. What we're going to start with is, of course, introducing ourselves, who you are, who you work with. And also, I think today's question was, what are you looking forward to in 2022? All right, go.
Hello, my name is Araceli. I'm a licensed clinical social worker with Brain and Soul Wellness. And what I look forward to is just working together with agencies, working together with people, just doing work.
Nice. All right, next.
Hi, my name is Casey Pacheco. I'm a holistic wellness nurse, and I am looking forward to collaborating and working with the community and just really helping everyone that I meet to live their best life.
All right, sounds good. Who's next?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sally Fernsel, and I work for Healthy Families. And I am looking forward to gaining more knowledge in my field, as well as honing some compassion skills.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, next.
I'm Vicki Brown with the Highlands County Library System, and what I'm looking forward most to in the new year is all of the projects we have here at the library and seeing them finally enacted and get to experience all the fun ideas we have going on.
Wonderful. All work related so far.
Yeah.
CJ?
Okay. Yeah. CJ Wingate. I work for Champions for Children in the Family Resource by the Circle Theater. I'm the Family Resource Specialist, and I'm thankful and hopefully this year we really get on top and really get all of our connections together so that we can do better and keep having people not fall through the cracks in the floor, so to speak.
I'm Annie Vincent, and this year I would like to learn more about the program and the resources so that I can communicate and help CJ with the clients better.
Very nice.
I'm Mercy New. I'm the admin of the Children's Advocacy Center. I'm looking workly related forward to all of our lovely trainings that we have coming up. But I'm also going to redo my house this year, so that's exciting too.
Nice.
My name is Katie Pippen with the Champion for Children Foundation. And personally, in my backyard, I have this pavilion, but not much else. And I want to put some plants. I want to garden. I want to plant some lime trees, lemon trees, and some flowers. That's all personal.
My name is Carissa Marine, also with the Champion for Children Foundation. And personally, but probably it will spill into work, I'm looking forward to this year being more disciplined and very productive.
Oh boy. All right. Happens to be my boss right there. All right, next.
Hey, I'm Candace. Sorry, my camera's not working. I am a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway, and this year I want to make a difference in someone's life in Highlands County and help a family go through the things that I just went through and just make a difference, be the difference.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us, Candace. I know today is your first meeting, so thank you. Sarah Beth.
Thank you.
I am Sarah from the Children's Advocacy Center, and I just stepped out of a training that we're doing for sexual assault nurse examiners. And so I think the thing I'm most excited about is our sexual assault nurse examiner project that we have going on with law enforcement and the CAC, and to see where that takes us. And hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have a good handful of certified sexual assault nurse examiners in Highlands County, which we don't currently have right now. So that would be cool.
That would be amazing. Yes, thank you. Next.
Good morning. My name is Cynthia Acevedo, and I am with the Healthy Families Highlands program. And I am looking forward to a healthier me and a healthier community around me, including family, friends, work, and all I come into contact with.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Who's next? Tina.
I'll go. I'm Tina Harmon with CARD USF, the Center of Autism and Related Disabilities. I guess I would, most of all, I want to keep helping the constituents we have in Highlands County and finding and helping the agencies that need help and just keep moving forward.
That's awesome. Yes, thank you. All right, we have, I see Yolanda.
Good morning. I'm Yolanda Baker, the Adoption Program Manager with Heartland. And in 2022, sounds funny to say that, I am eager to be a healthier myself and, like someone stated, a healthier community, and really want to help all of the families and provide all the families, you know, the adopted families in our community, want them to be intact and support them appropriately throughout this year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Yolanda.
You're welcome.
We have Liz.
Hi, Liz Fisher, Highlands County Sheriff's Office Victim Advocate. And I started this year off getting organized, and I gotta say my goal was kind of up there with Carissa and just, you know, being a little bit more productive this year, trying to get some things done.
Very nice. All right, I'm gonna have, we have Denise.
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. I just jumped in. I was taking care of some business. So were you asking what we want out of ourselves personally and professionally for this year?
No. Yes. What did I say? What are you looking forward to? I said in 2022.
In 2022, I will be retiring from the military. So that's very exciting for me. I'm Denise Williams, Highlands County Veteran Services. I've been working with Cynthia Acevedo for years. We're under the same program, and Miss Sarah Breath for a couple of years as well. Wonderful ladies. What I want to see for 2022 personally is continue with my exercise program to get more vigorous with it, and to finally fulfill my spiritual calling. I want to give in and do that. And then on a professional level, as long as I continue to help folks, because I help veterans, but it doesn't matter who it is, as long as I continue to help folks, then I know that I've made a difference. And I hope that I continue to do that. And I have a pipe dream to eventually, hopefully, that we get transitional housing here.
Yes, very nice. Thank you, Denise, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Did I miss anyone? And please speak up if I do miss, because I feel like I do every time, and I apologize. But I think we got everyone today.
I didn't go yet. I was waiting for all the ladies to go. Being a gentleman, letting ladies go first. But Happy New Year for everybody. Personal level, I'm looking to develop, obviously this year, mental, spiritual, and healthy lifestyles, develop more. And then as an advocate, I like to develop, obviously, my skills and also more resources in the community, so we're able to serve more people, families here in Highlands County, and the kids most of all.
That's awesome. Thank you, Victor, for speaking up and for being our only male participant, which we are going to change this year, right? For sure, that's going to be on our goal plan, I think, for this meeting. So,
Anna, what are you looking forward to?
Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot about myself. I am Anna Richard. I am the Children's Service, whatever, here at the Champion for Children Foundation. I'm the director. Yes, I know. Carissa is laughing at me. You guys, okay, so I have so many goals, wants, and wishes, but there is one thing that I need to complete this year or do, and that is I need to go home to Sweden. As you all know, probably, the way I talk funny sometimes because I was born and raised in Sweden, and I haven't been home there for 20 years. It's been 20 years. And I finally got my passport updated, yes. So as long as the borders are open, who knows what's gonna happen. I'm hoping that I will leave in June, July at some point and visit some family and friends and yes, enjoy some Swedish food. So let's make that happen, shall we? With that said, thank you, CJ. With that said, let's go over the minutes really quick, and then we're going to talk about quite a few things today. So last time, it looks like we had about 18 attendees. We always miss quite a few members, but that is because we all have busy schedules, and that is okay. Last time I had asked everyone to share a little bit of their expectations for Hope for Highlands during 2022. And there are some wonderful goals that we are going to be working towards. Having a billboard was said 3 times, so I guess we got to make that happen. Getting more involvement from male participants was 1. And just spreading the word about trauma, getting our guidebook done that we are working on, use the presentations and trainings and get the community involved. And those are things we are working on and that we are going to continue to work on. So I think those are wonderful, wonderful wishes and goals for 2022. Last time I had sent out an updated training list. We had added one more training, which was the Human Trafficking 101 training. I had also attached the training list to the attachments for this, so it's on there again. And let's see, we had talked about who had completed what trainings last time. The homework assignment, you guys, we're going to talk about that again this year, so I'm skip over that, but I do have 4 people right now that have sent in their homework assignment. And that is not the group work that we will be talking about a little bit too. We'll talk more about this. The meeting schedule for 2022, let's talk about that right now. So I had sent out a little survey, and for the ones that responded, most people can do the 4th Monday, 3:30 to 4:30. The reason we're meeting a different time and day for our second meeting of the month, every month, is because we have some people that have said, we can't join you in the mornings or we can't join you on Wednesdays. With that said, of course, I can't make everyone's schedule work. That's just impossible. But one of the biggest reasons why we wanted it in the afternoon is because we have had quite a few teachers and school staff be interested in joining Hope for Highlands. So we are going to continue to meet on the 2nd Wednesday, just like today, 11 to 12. If you can also attend our second meeting of the month, that would be on the 4th Monday of the month at 3:30 to 4:30. Okay, this way we can involve more people, but if you cannot make the both meetings, I understand. That's okay. All right. Last meeting did not get recorded for some odd reason. I have no idea why. And it's unfortunate because we had a great meeting and I hope we will continue to have great meetings, but those recordings on our past meetings are available on YouTube still. We touch bases on the group work that we're going to talk about more today. And then I had told you guys, don't worry about the group assignments during the holiday. So we're going to start fresh and move forward with that today. Any questions on the minutes from last time, or any changes or anything like that from that?
Anna, I do have a question.
Yes.
The last meeting, you talked about submitting some sort of, I don't know if it was a paragraph or bullet points of our companies and what we did. You said you were going to send it because that was my first meeting. I don't know if you did, but if you mind just explaining that a little bit more.
I can. It is on our agenda for today. So we will get to that, if you don't mind, if we wait just for a little bit and cover some other stuff. Okay, perfect. So yes, we're going to talk about the homework assignment. We're going to talk about the group assignment and so forth. But before we do that, because it is a new year, I wanted to just do some recap, because we have some members that joined us in the end of last year, and we have a new member that's joining us today. So what I would like to do is just hear from you all about the things we completed or did last year in this group. Because we met only 12 meetings, and I'm actually blown away with what we have accomplished and what we have done this year. So I would love to hear from you what stood out last year with Hope for Highlands, what we did and so forth, and share that with our new members that have joined us.
One thing I want to start and just be sure to mention is thank you to everyone who's on this call and has joined us over the last year, because it really started this whole concept, even though there's quite a few agencies that are already doing pieces of this. If we didn't all come together and from all our different backgrounds and agencies, and you weren't willing to give the time and energy to put into this, Hope for Highlands would not have happened. So definitely want to continue to brag on Anna for keeping us organized and keeping your energy high as you had to get all of us together. But it's one of the highlights has been just neat to see all of our organizations and each one of our individuals come together behind this. Because like I said, a lot of you are doing pieces of this work already. And so to be willing to come together, I think it just shows, it highlights the heart of our community, and it just gives us more strength and backing moving forward. So thank you all. I have a few others, but I'll let other people share first.
Okay.
I thought our career or care fair, I guess, the little one morning event that we had that had all the vendors and then a few speakers was a really impactful morning. And I think that was a great thing for us to be able to put together.
Yes. So in August, we had our big kickoff event for Hope for Highlands, where we had invited agencies in our community to share about their programs. And when we had speakers that talked about trauma. And that is something that we want to continue to do on a yearly basis. So yes, that definitely stood out. Anything else?
And I enjoyed the starfish story. I think it really does resonate with people, and it, yes. So I think we should continue to utilize the story when possible, to get the message across.
Yes, so the starfish story really provides a good base on why we do need to come together as a community, work together for you know, the betterment of everyone in our community. And the starfish is our logo. And you all should have a starfish. If you don't have a starfish, you can come and pick yours up. It's a symbol saying that you are trauma informed and you're part of our program. So you're more than welcome. If you don't have your starfish, you have to come and get it. That starfish is a symbol, should be on your desk. So when someone comes in and they see that, they know that you're a safe person to talk to and understand trauma. That's what this is all about. Very good. Anything else?
I would like to share something, Anna.
Okay,
Oh,
Sally.
thanks. I haven't always been the most active member last year, but maybe better than 50% of the time. And my perspective is that Hope for Highlands grew an initiative, a more narrow focus last year. And one of the goals that came out of that is the guidebook, and groups were formed. And so a more narrowed focus to get the word out. I also feel that at the beginning of last year, I became more trauma informed. And one of the goals of Hope for Highlands is to get that information out. And with all of our expertise and experience to share what can be done, that is the hope, because there is always hope, right? That's just my take. Thanks.
Absolutely. So, yes, Carissa, did you want to add something?
Yes, trainings. The fact that we have, is it 13, now 14 trainings?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what I would say is that
12
that,
maybe.
that has all the collaborative trainings together so you can research and pick many from our community to take. I think that's brilliant.
Brilliant is my word.
Brilliant.
Yes. That's great. So with that said, I would like to share our mission and vision with you all again, so that we start out the year knowing what we're working towards, right? And that's, first of all, putting a group together, getting a name, mission, vision, and we worked hard on our strategic plan. And that strategic plan is going to show off well in our guidebook that's coming out hopefully soon. I say soon, but you know. So let me share our mission and vision with everyone so we know what we're doing here. Our mission is building a trauma-informed community based on shared values and goals through a community-based system of care, implementing trauma awareness, understanding, prevention, and healing. So then our vision is for our county to be a safe and resilient community that surrounds, supports, and protects children and adults from trauma, re-traumatization, and its adverse effects. We couldn't say it any better, I think, honestly. That's what we're working towards. And having this group, and I think we ended up last year with 33 different organizations involved and about close to 50 members, says a lot. It says that this is something that we want to work towards as a community, and we're in it together. And starting off 2022, I think, wow, what a great thing we have going, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna accomplish this year. So did anyone have anything else to add to that? Are we good? Okay. So talking about 2022 goals, I know that we have one thing coming up fairly soon on the 23rd of January that Araceli brought up to us last time. And 3 years ago, we had the SunTrust shooting happening on the 23rd. And I know the year after, there was a lot of us gathering to remembering, and I don't know what happened the second year. I wasn't there myself, but this year is the third year since that happened, right? Correct? Or is this the second year? That was the third year. Third, okay. Time is crazy how fast it goes. So I had asked Araceli to get with a group and see if there's anything we want to do for that, if we want to attend, if we just want to be there, maybe give out some information. I don't know. So I'm going to give Araceli an opportunity to speak to the group and see what we can come up with, if anything.
Thank you, Anna. And I would definitely get my starfish. I don't have it, but that's what a great representation of what we stand for. That that's awesome to have something tangible. So for me, I guess I'll share what happened that day 3 years ago. It was when I was working in hospice and we were sitting in a meeting, and that's when we heard about it first. We were actually celebrating our manager's birthday. And I remember feeling so helpless and so sad, you know, like this is happening in our community. You don't really think of those things. We see it in the news, we see it in other communities, and we feel for them. But when it's in your own home, I think that's when you really feel the punch. And I was there at the first year reunion of it, or, the event that they held for it, and honoring the survivors, the families of those that we lost during that time. And for me, it was trauma, right? It was community trauma. We experienced violence as a whole. And I guess really what I want to encourage us to think about is, how do we rewrite the narrative? Yes, it impacted us. There's, a symbol of it, the location we can go to it. I love that they've, got away with the building, but created a safe space for either family members to go and walk it out, or just to gather. And I guess that's my thinking behind that, is how can we gather there? We are Hope for Highlands. We want to prevent re-victimization, right? But how do we change the narrative from violence, trauma to healing? And so I don't know that there's anything planned for it. The only thing that I had in my head, which is very vague, I will say, is whether it's refreshments or just being there together, maybe just, even if it's just us, or I don't know if we write it in the paper that, hey, anyone that wants to come, I know we're like 1.5 weeks out, it's on a Sunday, so I don't know what time frame we want to look at. But if you have ideas or connections that we can quickly make it a big thing, or just, it already is. Everyone knows what that date means. People will talk about it in certain circles. But how do we rewrite the story is what I want to bring about.
Yeah.
The
first question is, do we know who can we reach out to see what is already being planned? Because then we can help support that, maybe. So I don't know if anyone in this group has any connections, whether it would be with SunTrust, now Truist, or if maybe we can contact the newspaper and ask if they've caught wind of any group that's leading something that we could back. Has anyone heard any plans for that day? Casey, you were going to say something.
Yes, I was gonna say, I haven't heard anything, but as a volunteer, I did go to the different banks and just checked on, the employees and see how they were doing, and maybe that's something, just bringing awareness to mental health and healing, at, promoting it on social media. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to volunteer to promote just awareness and to talk about it within the community.
Okay.
I'll reach out to the newspaper and just ask if they think, and then maybe as we, if anyone else, if we hear of things, we can share it in the email, Anna, or what would be the best way?
Yeah, let's do a group email about this and see what we can come up with. Even if it's just going there on Sunday for 5 minutes at noon. I think the shooting happened right after noon. And yes, pay our respects. I think that would be nice in itself. So I'm sure we can come up with something. Araceli, Casey, thank you for reaching out and speaking up about it, and getting us on board for it. So we'll keep in touch on email on that. Thank you. Sounds good. Goals for 2022. we're working on a huge project. It's going to be a guidebook for you that don't know about it. For example, we have Candace today. We are putting together a guidebook for our community for the purpose of sharing understanding of trauma, awareness of trauma, and it's going to have a lot of information and resources in it, community resources, where anyone can pick up this guidebook and get something out of it. With that said, we have a couple things we're working on with that. We are working on the homework assignment that Casey was asking about. I have now put a due date on this assignment, 02/22/22. So that way it's easy to remember, but it is a due date. So here is what it needs to involve. It says, please send in your 100 to 150 words of information about your organization or program that you would like to include in the guidebook as part of community resources. Tie it in to being part of building a trauma-informed community and add a quote about your vision for how Hope for Highlands will create a positive social change in our community. So pretty straightforward. I did send you this morning Natasha's example on what she did. And with that said, I also want to share the quotes that the other three had sent in, because I think it's just so beautiful. So we have Natasha, who said at VOAFL of Sebring, our vision is that together with Hope for Highlands and the community as a whole, we can work together to recognize the impact the trauma has had on each person. In doing so, this will bring awareness and compassion to each person's individual needs so that we as a community can effectively walk with them through the next chapter of their healing journey. It's beautiful. All right. Vicky said, my vision for Hope for Highlands, for how Hope for Highlands will create a positive social change is through the collaborative effort of individuals and organizations. We will foster a safe and open place to create the change needed and the connections to ensure the people we encounter are directed to the resources they need or want. There is power in numbers, and Hope for Highlands provides that. Beautifully said. Thank you, Vicky. And then we had Araceli sent in, and part of what she wrote is, becoming a trauma-informed community means that we are noticing the effects of traumatic childhood histories and experiences impacting children, adolescents, adults in our community. It will lessen the judgment or stigma of mental health needs because, as a community, we will collaborate with social services agencies and gather to meet the needs of all. The health of our community, to include mental health, will create an atmosphere of inclusion of all persons and will be the strength needed for healing. Very nicely put, Araceli. And then we had Bill, our CEO for Peace River Center, that wrote, we are pleased that Highlands County has established a trauma-informed community task force. Experiencing trauma, also known as adverse childhood experiences for children, can change the way a person perceives the world, as well as their medical and mental health and wellness. As a trauma-informed agency, we stand ready to actively participate in these efforts in Highlands County. So that just gives you some idea of what I'm looking for, but it's inspiring, and that's what we're doing, right? We're establishing this positive social change in our community, and the guidebook is going to be a wonderful tool meeting that goal. So before we get into the guidebook part of things, let's talk about those trainings, you guys. We have a training list, and I think there's 11 trainings on there, maybe 12. But we have our intro to Hope for Highlands, which is a trauma presentation and information sharing. This is for anyone and everyone. So if you're part of a business, company, church, whatever, I can come in. I need about 45 minutes to present about Hope for Highlands. What is trauma? What are we trying to do? May I pass by the CFC? Yes, you can. Sally. Sorry, sidetracked. We have The Darkness to Light with Sarah Beth and Mercedes. And I'm happy to announce that this class will be offered on a monthly basis at the Circle Theater, not only for our clients, but any one of you guys that want to go to it, or if you are clients, friends, family members, and so forth, that will be available on the second Tuesday of the month at 5:30 to 7:30 at the Circle Theater. So thank you, Sarah Beth and Mercedes, for signing up to do that. We also have the Resilience documentary that you all should see at least once. That will also be offered down at the Circle Theater through myself on every 4th Tuesday evening of the month at 5:30 to 7:30. But that's also any of these trainings, you guys, you can sign up and have done at your office or wherever for whomever. You don't have to come to the Circle Theater to attend them. Then we have a bunch of other trainings. I'm not going to mention them all. You have the training packet. The point here is we put this together for a good reason. The reason is to become trauma informed and understanding and gain more knowledge about this field. So if you have yet to take any of these trainings, now is the time to start signing up. I know that our staff, for example, starting 2022 strong, next week we're signed up to take the first mental health training that's in here. So last year we did TBRI, we did the Resilience documentary, we did Darkness to Light. We have done quite a few things. So, and this is the whole thing with it is you guys also need to start taking these trainings and get the community involved in them. So if you have a church group and they're like, oh, what are we going to do next month? You go, I know exactly what we're going to do, right? So get it done, get it done. Any questions on trainings? Okay. Also, if you know of any other training, a new training that becomes available, just let me know to see if we can add it to the list at any time. Okay. So let's talk about now then our group work in Guidebook. Whew, here we go. We have divided our wonderful task force up in a few groups, and they are based on different ages. And I did send out yesterday because I didn't want you guys to work on this during the holiday. Honestly, I didn't. There's no reason to. But here we are, 2022. So we are currently creating a Hope for Highlands guidebook for building a trauma-informed community. Our Hope for Highlands task force group was divided into 6 groups. We did this back in October. And that is really to help me, you guys, because I'm working on this guidebook and I need help. So the assignments that is guiding your work in the different groups is what would you like to know about trauma for the specific age group that you're assigned? We have an infant and toddler group, age 0 to 2. We have a preschool group, 3 to 5. We have a young children group, 6 to 12. We have teenagers, 13 to 19. We have adults, 20 to 64, and older adults, 65 and up. So in the guidebook, there will be sections about 2 pages each about information for these groups. So let's say you are a mother to a 1-year-old. What would you want to know about trauma that relates to your child, right? That's what that group is focusing on. If you are a teenager and you're like, man, the world is just a dark place, I don't know, there's so much going on, what would you like to know? And so forth. So each age group should be specific to that age group information about trauma and specific to Highlands County as much as possible, because that's what this is about. It's our Highlands County. So with that said, I was hoping to just check in on each group to see where you are at, what you're doing, and what you're moving forward with. With that said too, whoever is not assigned a group, and I hope you will help and join us with this, you will be assigned adult group, because that is the only group that has yet to meet that I know. So, but we're gonna make it happen, you guys. We are gonna make this happen. So is anyone here from the infant group 0 to 2? That's part of that group.
Yes, ma'am, I am, and Cynthia is.
Okay. Where are you guys currently at? What are you, what's your plan moving forward?
Well, there was a brief call October 27th, which I was not privy to. There is a working document, and some of us have shared in that working document. So it's alive. We do not, as far as I know, we do not have a leader yet, and we have not had a meeting virtually or in person since last year.
All right, which sounds like a far time away. Last year. Yeah, so I'm hoping that every group at this point will just kind of establish and meet or move forward again. So that's good. Thank you, Sally, for sharing what you guys are up to. Do we have anyone from the young child preschool, I should say, preschool 3 to 5?
I'm in that group, Anna, and we have the document that I shared with you where we've added ideas.
Yeah. Okay. So your next step is to try to get together and meet? Or
I think that is the next step, but I personally have not been in contact with the other members yet. So it is possible that they met and I wasn't able to. I don't remember.
Okay, totally fine. What about preschool? I'm sorry, young children 6 to 12?
I'm in that group. We have emailed a few times, and I know that I have encouraged some of our team members to put some submissions out there, but so far I'm the only one that submitted anything. So I'm just sort of waiting on other members to add to it.
Okay. Araceli, you're in that group. Sarah Beth had to jump off our call, but she's in that group. Okay. So I'm sure you guys will touch bases then, right?
Hopefully, and hopefully do a call or a Zoom meeting. But Katie has been a great leader and she's gotten a lot of information. So it almost feels like, what else do we add? It seems like we're done, but maybe not. I don't know.
Okay. Sounds good. So it sounds like you need to get together and kind of just discuss where you're at and what else you need to do. All right. Then we have the teens, 13 to 19.
I don't know if Victor's still on here, maybe he had to step away, but similarly, we have a Google Doc that everyone has been adding to.
Great. Okay, so you guys will touch bases too. And then we have the adult group, 2064. Has the adult group met at all?
I'm the only one on here, I think, that is a part of that group, unless I'm wrong.
All right, so we have Kimberly, Amberly.
I'm a part of it as well.
Michelle.
Oh, Yolanda's on it too? Cool.
Yolanda, actually, you're in an older adults group, 65 and up.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Oh,
I saw you cut off at 64. I apologize.
That's okay. Tina and Alyssa, and then Candace. Candace, would you mind if I put you on the adult group?
Yes, ma'am, I'd love to.
Awesome. I think that would be great. So
early on, someone sent out a meeting poll. We responded to that, and after that, nothing came of that. So that's all I know.
Well, I think it's time that I step in and help you guys out to organize, at least get the group together in some fashion and see what we can do with that. So sounds good, Tina. Thank you. And then we have the older adults with CJ, Yolanda, Bernadette, Ingra, and Annie. Any updates from that group?
Out, but we haven't met or anything like that. But somebody did send out some good ideas for the group. I don't recall who it was, but we haven't met.
Okay, so that might be your next step, is to get together in some fashion. Okay, so continue to include me in your groups, and so I know what's going on. When you get to a point where you're like, we gather information, we got some research happening, we have some ideas, now what? When you get to that point, that's when I'm gonna review it and let you know what we need to do from there. I was gonna share with you today a little bit about the guidebook, but I decided not to, and here's why. Sometimes there's too many people involved in a project, right? And there are going to be 20 different opinions about one thing, right? So I have decided, for my own sanity, that I'm going to hunker down and work on the guidebook about 3 hours a day. If that takes office hours or personal hours, I don't care. But I'm going to hunker down and I'm going to get it done. And I'm going to do it the way that I see this come to fruition. So when I get to a point where I go, you know what, this is time to share with the group how it looks like and what we're doing, then I will do so. And I know some of you go, that doesn't sound right. Well, that is how we're going to do it, because that is what will work for me. And I'm putting a lot of effort in making this happen. But it's also as important for you guys to do the group work, because I need your help. I need your input. I can't do it all by myself. We're doing this as a group, right? And as I get to a point with a guidebook, I will also have you all go through it and say, I think this, and that. But if I do it too early, it's going to be a mess. So I hope you guys are okay with that. And I have about 22 pages of it so far. But there's a lot of editing that needs to be done. And I'm really looking forward to making this happen. I think the impact of having this for our community and have you all involved. And like I said earlier, we're up to 50 members in this group. We are over 30 agencies. We are going to make an impact. We're going to make an amazing impact for our community doing this. So with that said, you have the homework assigned that's on your minutes. If you have yet to send me that little statement about your program and go through that and see what I'm asking, get that done by 2/22/22. That's an easy date to remember. And then get with your groups, see where you're at. If you're at the point where I need to look at it, then please send me that information. If you're still working on it, please keep working on it. I don't have a due date on that yet. Okay. Any questions on the guidebook, what we're working on?
I need a group.
Casey, you don't have a group? Casey, you're going to be with the adult group. Yes.
Okay, is that the one that Tina Harmon is in? Just so
Yes.
I know there's one person. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So Kimberly, Amber, Michelle, Ramona, Tina, Alyssa, Candace, and Casey, you are all on the adult group, and we're going to make this happen. I know I had sent out Victor's group the work that they had done as an example of you know, the things they have collected and thought about. So that might be something when you want to review and see, you know, what are they thinking in their group. But please make sure it is age appropriate for the group you're working on and it relates to Highlands County. Next time, because our hours is almost up, we're going to talk more about having another event this year and how that's going to look like. I want you guys to be able to present a little bit of what your groups are working on, where you gotten so far. I want to see some progress on that. And if you have anything that you want to add as discussion points or want to talk about, just let me know, because I'm open for ideas and suggestion as we move forward. But I know that the guidebook is taking most of our time right now, and I think that's a good thing. Any questions at all?
We just want to say thank you, Anna, because this is a huge project and you've divvied out just small pieces, and some of us are doing well and some of us aren't pulling our weight. So you have the biggest piece of that, and we're grateful you're staying positive and keeping us organized, because it is very exciting. This is going to be an incredible resource. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes. And thank you everyone for putting in work and time and effort into this. And even if you guys, if you don't have the time and you're like, this, honestly, Anna, I can't do this, just let your group or me know. And that's okay too. I get it. Life happens. Life is busy sometimes. So no one is looking down on you for not participating. If you just can't do it, just please be honest and say so. Okay? That's okay. So with that said, you guys, it is time. Quick meeting today. I feel they all are. I hope I will see you all on Monday. What's the date, you guys? The 24th. Monday the 24th at 3:30 to 4:30.
Or Sunday, right?
Or yes, Sunday the 23rd. Yes, absolutely. About noon, I would probably say it's gathering time no matter what. And then also, which I forgot to share with you today was our quote for today. Today is the opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. Kind of sums it up, doesn't it? All right. You guys have a fabulous continuing 2022, and I will talk and see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.